You did not just do that.
I'm thinking about other things right now. You know, my head is constantly buzzing with inventive ideas and...
For example?
Well, I'm thinking about them. I haven't got them. It's thinking.
Fail.
What was that?
I'm back.
What?
That was me leaving the room then coming back in.
Oh. That was shit.
Did you not get that? With the
That's not
footsteps, creaking door, slamming door.
No, I thought you were pretending to be a dinosaur.
No, that's not the noise I'd make if I were pretending to be a dinosaur.
Should I even ask?
No, just introduce the podcast.
I was thinking you could introduce it this time.
No.
Why not?
It's just your thing.
Why?
I then just say, hello.
Oh, right.
That's how we roll.
So if I don't introduce it, we just... Don't kick the table.
We'll introduce the podcast then.
Oh, dear. Hello and welcome to the podcast. That was so...
Bye.
Yeah, that was just so anticlimactic.
That really was. Do it again.
Yeah.
I'll put the pen down, otherwise I'm going to click it.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to PodcastFTL on GFTL on YouTube and hopefully Audio Boo because of...
Probably won't go on Audio Boo.
Oh, it will at some point.
Well, no, because there's a 3-minute limit.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it won't go on
then
Audio
it won't.
Boo.
Oh.
Unless
Well,
we
never
put
mind.
each episode up in different episode installments.
No one...
This podcast is actually series 12.
Anyway, Chris, how are you this week?
Yeah, I'm alright. Bit tired. Really. But
You've been working a lot this week.
but
You're
I'm
okay?
good.
No. How's
That's
it going?
two.
Oh, nice. That
Corduroys. Yeah, they're
Wow.
really nice, aren't they? They're only like £6.
Hmm.
Stop stretching my leg. No, yeah, I'm good. I'm getting used to getting up early. You know, something that you'll do when you can be fucked.
It's not going to happen.
Just next time we're recording the podcast early this week because I'm busy over the weekend.
Busy.
But for the next podcast after this, when I play the next game of Will Josh Be Awake at 11 AM, I'm not going to just take a picture. I'm going to take a stop motion animation clip of me poking Josh in the face until he angrily wakes up.
Yeah, you really want to make something stop motion, don't you? You
so
downloaded...
bad.
Was it a Lego app?
Yeah, it was just I randomly just saw it, just like a Lego movie app, I think it was called, something like that, where you where it's meant for you to take pictures of your DC Universe Lego figures and move
Or
them
your
around.
penis.
No, DC Universe Lego figures and move them around. You know, make a little Lego movie out of them, and you can put music to it, and you can put pow clip effects and stuff, so it looks really corny, and it's quite fun. And I tested it with a movie called Josh Gets Slapped in the Face, which looked quite good.
Yeah?
There was a bit too much
looked
pow.
Yeah, too much power.
Too
You
much
can never have
pow.
too much power, Chris.
Yeah, I think it needed less power and more thwack. But
Right.
yeah, it'd be good. I think it'd be good doing a little stop motion animation thing.
Mm-hmm.
We could. It would take ages. Next podcast we could do a little stop motion animation for the intro.
It's Lego.
Lego men chasing each other in a circle like Benny Hill. While it goes da 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 da.
And then trying on different hats.
Yeah, and they all
Some kind of
follow.
montage.
You know, someone walks into a cupboard and they run out with 2 naked girls under the arm.
And then they get chased by a gorilla or something off one side of the screen.
And the Scooby-Doo goes across the other side.
Yeah, and then they run back chasing the gorilla.
Yeah.
And then, oh, damn. I love Scooby-Doo. And then their heads pop out of filing cabinets and things like that.
Yeah, in different bits of the filing cabinet, yeah. They jump in the top bit and then come out the bottom bit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and then the ghost appears.
Woo! And then they drop the net on Shaggy, and he's like, "Oh man, I need to smoke some more weed."
And
My
then,
life is so difficult.
and then Shaggy appears out of a box, you know, with a belt wrapped around his forearm, and Scooby-Doo's, you know, having a drug overdose on the floor, frothing at the mouth, while
Yeah, because they keep on feeding
Freddy
him...
and Daphne are having an orgy in the corner while Wilma watches.
Yeah. How can you have an orgy with two people?
I don't know, maybe the mummy's there as well. And the spooky ghost, which isn't really a spooky ghost, it's just a man with a projector. And it's always the second guy you saw.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It was like 90-something% of Scooby-Doo clips are probably the second guy you saw as the evil guy. There's
Yeah.
probably a genuine statistic, I just made that one up.
Alright.
Maybe I'll look for it someday.
So stop motion. Stop
motion. I don't know what I'll do yet. I'll have a think over the next week, and then for the
Stop
next week's
motion.
podcast, I'll think of something.
Cool. Okay.
You know.
Well, we're doing that then.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. It's been snowing
It
a
has.
little bit. Probably everywhere in the country probably has got more than here.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it
Suffolk,
was still too cold for the schools to open.
Thomas Mills was still open, wasn't it?
I don't know, but lots of schools in Essex closed.
Oh yeah.
Even though everyone was
Essex
saying
is going
Essex-
to be really badly hit by the snow. Have we done anything to prepare for it? What snow? I don't know. I don't know what you're on about. Snow? I don't know. Is it snowing? I can't see past the fake tan. Not that I'm stereotyping Essex at all.
only in Essex or
The
whatever
the
it's
only
called.
way is Essex.
No, that's not true.
I kind of, part of me loves those shows. The shows like
Makes
that.
you feel smug and good about yourself because you're not a dribbling
There's
retard.
not much that can make me feel so superior, but those shows make me feel really like, you know, just it's brilliant. Just the stupidity and the things that they
The
question.
thing is, the only part of those shows I've ever seen is from adverts, and that it's all about how they've set up these ridiculously elaborate love triangles, which are love polygons of some
Well,
sort.
a lot of the love triangles seem to be
Scripted.
no. See, you know, some of them seem to be relatively genuine, but what they do, this is what last thing that I read, especially it was for The Only Way is Essex, and they said that everything. One of the I don't want to say they're not actresses. They don't have any skill whatsoever. One of the reality television stars is a strong word. One of the reality.
You're finding it hard to classify.
One
these
of the
people.
reality television drones was in an interview, and they said everything that happens, all the relationships between people and everything like that is perfectly genuine, but the producers set up situations. So, for example, the producers will know that Bob is madly in love with Daisy, but Daisy is banging Brian.
Okay.
So they will set up a party where maybe Bob and Daisy are there first, and they will push Bob to start flirting with Daisy, and they will make sure Brian arrives later in order to cause some kind of
Drama.
drama. But at the same time, the chances are the majority of it is, so do you like him? Right, you go try and fuck him, and we'll send your boyfriend in afterwards. Duh, okay. And with The Only Way is Essex, it's that sort of people. But then you get things like The Maid in Chelsea, where they're not.
They can't. They're all the same, aren't they?
No, because
They're all vapid,
no,
useless assholes.
Yeah, but you get The Only Way is Essex is the sort of people who are like, oh my god, oh no way, oh my god. The sort of people who are thick, and really they know they're thick. They don't try and be smart. They're thick people doing thick things. Made in Chelsea is thick people thinking they are the tits and being just. Oh no! I've watched The Only Way is Essex. I can sit through that. I can't sit through Made in Chelsea because the people just piss me off to no extent. Just the fact they'll sit there, and it's the sort of people who, when you're having a conversation with them, you have a conversation with me, and I will do what they do. So just talk about any subject you want to me.
So good evening.
Yeah,
How did you
yeah,
enjoy?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Yes. Totally. Yeah.
Are we having a conversation
totally,
here,
totally,
or
yeah.
is
Yeah,
it just
yeah,
a one-way
totally.
thing, like
No, yeah, no, totally agree. Yeah.
bouncing a ball off a very annoying wall?
Totally. No, yeah, totally. Yeah. No. Yes. Totally. Yeah.
Not even saying anything.
That's swing and
Swing and a miss.
But then if you found a list of them, the other thing I love about them is they have except for Made in Chelsea, which is really, don't understand where that name's come from. Really.
Is it based in Chelsea by any chance?
Well, yeah, no, it's based in Chelsea, but it's some of the names of these shows are brilliant.
Of the shows or of the people?
Of the shows. Names of the people. The Only Way is Essex has a guy in it called Joey Essex. I think we can just end it there, really. But no, it's the names of these shows. You've got Made in Chelsea, and you've got The Only Way is Essex, which is obviously a pun on The Only Way is Up, and the theme tune is The Only Way is Up. It's The Only Way is Essex. But then you get things like Desperate Scousewives.
What?
Which is a pun on Desperate Housewives, obviously.
Yeah, I got that.
And then Geordie Shore is just the Geordie version of Jersey Shore.
Right.
But then there were other ones. There was one that was going to be based in Cardiff. I can't remember what it was now. Something like The Valleys or something. And then you had another one that I think was going to... I can't remember. I'm going to try and find a sort of list of these sort of shows, because the names are just so stupid, and every time you see an advert for something with this sort of name, you just think, oh, they've found another desperate group of fuckwits.
It's a kind of sickening and yet oddly... Yeah, because there are a certain couple of types of people that watch those shows. The people that want to see people doing stupid things, and the people that want to see the drama. And I think both of those groups need to find something better to do with their time. Really.
Well, thing is...
Like you,
painfully, I watched almost the entire first series of The Only Way is Essex.
Whoa.
Right, we watched it as a house, and a lot of the time... thing is, I wouldn't say that I necessarily watched it because I enjoyed it as a form of entertainment. I watched it because there's something really satisfying about sitting there going, oh my Christ, you're so thick. And it's like, it's a good way to blow off steam.
So it's like an emotional version of Total Wipeout. You just watch these people stumble around their thick lives.
It's really
instead of watching people stumble over foam objects.
Yeah, and if you've had a hard day, then you can sit and you can watch it and you can unleash all of your hatred onto these bunch of morons. I think that's what it's. But the thing is, they're really popular. Well, what I do love, when you type in list of shows like Towie, which is The Only Way is Essex,
right.
The first thing that comes up on Google is a forum, which just says, shows like Towie are for the brain dead. Agree or disagree? So, right, let's find similar TV shows to The Only Way is Essex. Now, I'm hoping that... No, this is just giving me a list of... a list of shows that are also on ITV2. That's all it's done. Like Take Me Out, for example. That's brilliant. I'm sorry, I love Take Me Out. Because it's another show where... Stop stroking your tash.
I like it.
That's another show that you can watch and actively hate people and just sit and unleash all the hatred that you have on this,
Yeah, I haven't actually shaved my Movember off. I haven't.
No, you haven't,
because,
have you?
I don't know. I'm thinking of doing something with it, but I can't think what. So, if it comes to it, I might just get rid of it. But I think it looks fairly dashing.
Well, I'm sort of just used to you with it now.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Cool. Doesn't mean I don't look like a twat.
Oh, I never said that.
Cheers.
Right. Yahoo question. Hi guys, I'm just wondering if you know of any shows similar to any TV shows similar to The Only Way Is Essex. Thanks heaps. First of all, she said, thanks heaps. So
Who's heaps?
So they obviously watch the show because they enjoy it rather than because it's so stupid.
Got a funny name.
The best answer that's been voted by the asker was one that just says, Made in Chelsea is my favourite, but there's also Desperate Housewives and Geordie Shore. The other answer is, you are an idiot for watching such a fucking retarded show like that, so the only suggestion I have for you is to go put yourself under a bus. Hope this helps.
Well, that's just the internet, isn't it?
And
it's full of disgusting bile towards people that have different opinions.
But
I'm not saying he's wrong.
What makes it beautiful is the guy accusing the other guy of being retarded has spelt retarded wrong.
Yeah, like I said, that's the internet in a nutshell.
I love it.
I think we've given too much of our time over to talking about this rubbish.
Yeah, but we haven't been sort of endorsing it, have we? We've been actively saying, watch it for the right reasons though. Watch it to hate it. Watch it to know what you're hating. Actually, watch it. Feel free to say, "Oh, I hate that show," but please, I've watched an episode of Made in Chelsea because when it first came on, I thought I've seen The Only Way Is Essex. I can deal with it. I will try Made in Chelsea. Therefore, I watched an episode and immediately went, "This is fucking shite." So I've seen it, so I can hate it.
Have you ever seen Jersey Shore? Because that's the one I saw. I saw a single episode where the one with all the muscles hit a guy in a nightclub and got arrested, and then the one with all the tits,
Snooki.
One of the might have been.
The one who's in the South Park
you can't tell the difference. Snooki wants smoosh smoosh. And yeah, she got apocalyptically drunk and kissed some guy, which caused another fight.
Oh.
And then they talked about a type of girl called grenades, which I seem to remember are girls that look fit from behind, but once they turn around are ugly, and you start dancing with them.
So not like one of the lists on How I Met Your Mother's 50 list to have sex.
Huh?
There's that list. There's a How I Met Your Mother episode where they make a list, which you can read the list online, which is 50 reasons to have sex, and one of them is jumping on a friend grenade.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
No, not that. But that I don't know.
It's a good list.
The thing is,
actually.
you spend too much time like researching series outside of actually watching it, because I've watched How I Met Your Mother a lot, but you have gone onto all the websites.
No, yeah, but if you go on Wikipedia on the How I Met Your Mother thing,
that reminds me, I should go to killallthewolves.com because it from a sketch from Robot Chicken.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know.
Because I don't think I've been there.
Okay, well you search that. Yeah, because every website they mention in How I Met Your Mother is a website that they make. So all of the websites, like itwasthebestnighthever.com exists and has a music video on it, and all of on the Playbook episode, not where Barney does the Lorenzo von Matterhorn, all of the fake websites that he makes about like traveling the world single-handed and not being allowed to have penis reduction surgery, all those websites are created and are actually there, and I just think it's a really good touch that they do that. Have you found it?
No, I'm looking for it now. Oh, I didn't actually go to Kill All the Wolves.
You googled killallthewolves.com.
Yep. I don't like that it makes a tapping noise when I press buttons. Let's get rid of all the wolves. There's no downside. The upside is cross-country skiing.
Brilliant.
Question. Has anyone really been far even as decide... What? Has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look more like? They have. No, I didn't read that wrong. That is actually what it says.
That is actually what it says.
Brilliant. I think it's a load of questions. What if the deers learn how to fight back? I would like to see a deer try and take a self-defense course. I really would. I agree, there rascals. Why don't you come over to my house? I will help you form a plan of attack. Bjork.
Bring your own cabbage.
You sound like a promising ally. Right. That's a pretty good website.
Killallthewolves.com.
Yeah, they do Q&As from Robot Chicken.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually.
It's a very quick sketch, but they seem to have gone into some
extra detail.
Yeah, some extra effort.
I like it when shows do that though. It's always really quite cool. Like the episode of an episode of How I Met Your Mother where Barney holds up his phone number at the Super Bowl, and then his mobile phone never stops ringing with women who want to have sex with him.
Yeah.
When the episode was aired, in America, you could ring that number.
Really?
And it would be a pre-recorded voice of Neil Patrick Harris saying something.
Oh, did you try and call it?
No, because I'm not stupid, because I watched the episode like 2 years after it aired.
Sure.
But yeah, I quite like that.
You love Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, I do.
It really came off like you wanted to do dirty things to him last week.
No, I wouldn't much. He's so funny.
Oh, he's so funny and handsome.
So nice.
I do like his penis. No, I do like his acting. And I do like the characters that he plays, although they're quite similar most of the time.
Yeah, a lot of the time they're bastardized versions of himself. Yeah.
Whatevs.
Yes, right. So, because I spend all day dialing a phone,
right,
the majority of my day is spent hearing boop 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 from just when you're typing the numbers in the keypad, right?
Right.
Okay. So. Normally,
I thought you were just making that noise with your mouth during the day. You get bored and just go,
boop, 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 boop.
R2D2.
So what I do now is because you have to press one number as an exit. So like
external,
make it external, yeah, and
right,
then you put the number in, which means the number that you dial is 12 digits long. So when you break that up into little bursts of 3 numbers,
right,
sometimes makes quite a little funky tune. But only if it ends in a 1, 4 or 7.
What? Why?
Because now I don't think this will be very good listening if I try it, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, I think you'd just be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Right, so for example, your telephone number, for example. Okay, so exit line.
Don't put it out over the internet.
No, I won't talk. I won't say it, but. Right, that wasn't entirely smooth.
No.
But so if I just mash 3 in a row, so you just like. It always sounds better when you end on a 1, 4 or a 7. Right, so then I was thinking, literally, if I just recorded me putting in people's numbers for the whole day and put it together and then rearranged each number just so that you made interesting sounds just only by which number you press last. It's the only thing that matters, because you can do like.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Right.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, right. But so if you just do, if I end it on like a 5, 2, 8 or 0, it doesn't sound right. Okay.
Sounds like a phone number being dialed.
Yeah, I know. But this is what I sort of, it was in a day where it was in a point where I wasn't really talking to many people, but I was dialing a lot, so I was just sort of going. Yeah, so I kind of want to, make some sort of just a little like maybe minute long piece of music just using those 3 tones you got off the phone and see how it sounds. and then put some really terrible like drum beat behind it or something. So you just got this like, or just while it goes, boop 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 boop,
with a voice break in there as well.
Yeah, with a voice break. Yeah.
You know what I vote? My vote. Podcast tea break.
Oh, fuck yes.
Podcast tea break.
Tea
I need to make a
break.
jingle for that. I really want to do a jingle. Just like, podcast tea break.
Would it? No. No.
No, not.
No.
In it, bruv.
Just tea.
No.
No.
Break. Podcast.
We're wasting time and I
FTL.
want tea. Podcast tea break's over.
Yep. We had tea. Chris had normal tea. What kind of tea did you have? Just
Just standard, bog standard breakfast tea.
awesome. I'm having mint tea because it is super sweet.
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 Sweet. What did we do in the tea break?
You made a stop motion animation thing of me making tea, which was thrilling, and you made a stop motion animation of two chocolate fingers, which you kept on calling fish fingers,
Yeah.
having sex and making another chocolate finger.
Yeah. True, I did do that.
Yeah, and I ate lots of crisps,
And I ate a pear.
very noisily.
Yeah.
We had an eventful tea break.
Yeah, it was a good
Oh,
tea
and we
break.
watched an episode of Robot Chicken.
It was a good tea break.
But for you, all of that never happened. It was just a simple jingle away.
All that you heard was da 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 boop. Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's the one I put in there.
Mm.
Cool. Chris,
Yes.
you wanted to say a thing?
Yeah?
Some words?
Oh yeah.
In an order that would sound comprehensible to
So
people that know
yeah.
English.
yeah.
So perhaps you could
So-
elaborate on your ideas and maybe tell us what you were you had on your mind.
So I'm sure.
In,
I'm trying to. So I'm sure that you
ran out of words.
yourself
Me,
at
myself,
some point
and I.
have had a phone call from someone in a telephone marketing job
Yes, I believe I
at
have.
some point, and it would have gone. We can reenact a minor phone call. Right? So my phone won't stop vibrating.
Oh,
Fuck.
lovely.
Right.
It's not really the time or the place, but I'm excited right now. By vibrations, good vibrations.
Right. So yeah. So the phone call will go. I'll be the guy. I'll be the telephone marketing guy, and you can be you. Okay. So ring ring.
Hello.
Why you got an accent?
Oh, am I not the telemarketer?
No, I'm the telemarketer.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they're not all Indian. In fact, the most people I work with have a really strong Southern accent.
Okay.
Right, okay. Ring ring.
Good evening.
Hello, is that Josh?
It is.
Hello, it's Chris calling from the Blank Research Facility.
Good day.
Uh,
Thank you. Come again. And then that.
Right, so so most people, I
I'm
mean,
sorry, by the way. I should probably apologise for that.
most people are relatively rude to telephone marketing people because no one wants to be bothered by telephone marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Me included, and I'm now one of them. So what can I do? You know.
Yeah.
But there's this. But I always think to myself, if I insult someone on the, or if I'm really rude to someone on the end of the telephone, I'll just hang up on them. In my mind, they're then just going, and just slowly getting more and more frustrated. But that's not entirely how it goes down.
No.
I sit next to a very nice lady she's been doing it a lot longer than I have,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll guys will go, oh hello, is that blah blah blah. Yes, it's just blah 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 calling from blah blah blah. I just wondered if I could have just a few minutes of your bastard as soon as I hang up. And it's
That
just,
was loud.
Yeah, so it was, and it's just amazing that like that she doesn't swear too often, but she's always it's that fantastic sort of two-facedness that you need in this sort of job where you can just go, oh, okay, well, thank you for your time, thank you very much, bye bye. God, what a dick! It's that sort of thing, it's so entertaining just to hear odd bits of conversation, just mainly listening out for when they end the conversation. when the conversation ends, and how it normally ends with yes, thank you, goodbye, bye bye. Jesus fucking Christ. And yeah, it's really entertaining to listen to.
Cool.
And then occasionally you get people who are very offensive back to you, and it's entertaining. In that case, if someone's really, really if someone's really horrible to you, then the best thing to do is be really sarcastically nice back to them. For example, somebody today, I asked them if they would take part in a survey. They didn't say no. They said, you know what? I'm sick to death of people ringing me up wanting surveys. I don't like doing them. I don't want to do them, and I'm not going to do yours. So thank you very much. At which point I went, thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye bye. What a bitch. And there was a documentary on Channel 4 a while ago where they looked at a telephone call centre.
I don't remember that one.
I never saw it. I just saw the adverts of like people standing up saying, "All right, guys, the word of the day is obligatory," and then you just had there were lots of snippets of conversation where they said, "Oh yes, well that is obligatory," and they were just trying to slip it in wherever they could. And we don't do that, but I wish we did because it'd be really funny.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Are we done? I think we might.
Well, that was all I had to say. You've got jack shit to say this week.
Well, I thought of a couple of things earlier in the
forgot
week, but then I forgot them, so they can't have been that important. So, yeah, I think that's it. So, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Chris, any final words?
A wise man came up to me in a bar once and said, "Chris, if you ever take a frog home, make sure that you don't go down 4th Street." And I said, well, why shouldn't you go down 4th Street?
Yeah.
And he said, well, if you go down 4th Street, then